Hello everyone and happy Sunday. I'm Matthew, this is my channel, welcome back once again, and today it's going to be the last of my first 5 videos on this channel, which has been a little bit of a series to kind of allow you guys to get to know how this channel is going to operate, get to know me a little bit, and also understand a bit about the journey which I'm going to be going on to with this content that I'm going to be making. Speaking of which, if you would like to continue this journey of me just making sort of general goodwill and entertaining videos for all you guys at home, then please do consider subscribing. And if you want something a little bit more serious with a bit more of a project scaffold of the kind of projects that the network's going to make, Blue Web Network I should say, then under that name we have the main channel, which I'll link in the description below. So you can track all of this year's slate under Blue Web Network, with a wide variety of different projects coming out from multiple different divisions. But if you feel like sticking to something more informal, this is also the place for you. And as I've said in the first video on this channel, the project, not Project Scaffold, but the 7-day system of sort of daily uploads I'm going to go for throughout 2025 of different content on different days, that system will go into effect tomorrow. So yes, if you want a bit of Monday memes to kind of kick off that 7-day system, join me tomorrow on this channel once again for a funny time on your YouTube screens. As for today though, on the last video of this series, I thought I'd just reflect a bit on my hopes for the future of what I kind of hope in this space that I achieve, and what this channel hopes to achieve, and what this channel should be a part of that sort of success. But I made a couple of notes and I'm going to go over them again. I haven't read these since I wrote them down a couple of nights ago. So yeah, we'll see how this shapes up. So my hopes for the future, kind of a bit of a time capsule here. So 5 points, and here we go. So number 1, my first hope for the future is that the network concludes its 10th chapter. Now, to those of you who've been here from the start, on the main channel, you'll know that I started Blue Web Network on the 6th of September 2021, saying that my goal was to have a combined 10 million people across the network audience, and 10 million subscribers anyway, and then also essentially 10 chapters that would kind of narratively construct the story of what the network has become. We are currently in BWN Chapter 2. Chapter 1 ended in December 2023, and ever since January 2024, Chapter 2 has been up and running, and now we're very much in prime Chapter 2 in full swing with the start of this channel and the BWN Kids channel starting in May. So I essentially just want to see this network out to the end of its 10th chapter, which right now I can probably, it's just hypothetical, but I can maybe see this being sort of an early 2050s sort of thing, maybe 30 years, I would say, when all's said and done, and the 10th chapter concluding. So I think it'll be an enormous journey to finalise and finish off. My second hope for the future is that the people I know and used to are proud of me someday. I just really hope that everything I'm doing lives up to people's expectations of me as a child, where they thought I would essentially be someone very sort of public, like a showman, like an entertainer, and be something more than what I could have been in another life, and just really live out what I'm very much capable of doing with enough time and effort. I really hope that people are proud of me, the people I know now and the people who I've known to this point, that they see me one day and everything that I've done and just feel proud to have been part of that story, because I appreciate every single one of them. I think everyone in my life to this point has taught me a very valuable lesson of and that has shaped who I am, especially the key figures, and some of them are the driving force of why I'm still doing what I'm doing to this day. So I just want them to be proud of me and to smile and be happy of the person that they created when all's said and done, and proud of the man that I ended up becoming, hopefully, at some point when I do grow up. My third hope for the future is that the culture war for kindness ends. Now, it's no secret to everyone right now that there's a lot of sort of division between several different groups of people, and the list just seems endless, really. My hope for the future is that I know wars won't end, and I know that the conflict won't stop. I just hope that people are just kinder to each other, and people aren't as thrown off by opinions of people and things that people say, that people just show a bit of compassion and tolerance to people. That if someone says something that throws them off a little bit, they just digest it and think why they said what they said, not should they have. Think of why. Think of the reason. I think people need to ask the question why more, as to why things happen and why people are the way they are and why they say the things that they say and who people are. Because if you really make an effort to understand who people are, you understand a lot about the world, because from a human, very ignorant perspective, which our species is, we are the world in a sense. So if you understand people, you understand everything. So we will never wrap our heads around the grand concepts of life and science and all these kind of things. What we can do is try and understand each other and have a bit of heart. And if we can do that and have genuine understanding to each other and our circumstances from each and every single one of us, every single person is an individual story. And if you look at it from that perspective, you realize that they act the way they do for a very specific reason. That if you look at it from their perspective, most times, 9 times out of 10, it's very understandable why people do what they do. You just got to look at it through their eyes. And people don't like perspective nowadays. They just like to stay in their own little bubble, see the story through their own eyes, and don't look at it from anyone else's. We're all wonderful side characters in somebody else's story. And you think of it that way, it becomes about how they see you and how you see them. And we need. You wouldn't like to be the villain in someone else's story, would you? And you certainly would like to be a decent and nurturing character in somebody else's. You would certainly like to be a nurturing character in it. So we've got to kind of reflect who it is we want to be to people. And that doesn't mean lie, it doesn't mean fabricate things, but it means try and watch the movie with their 3D glasses on. Just try and see it that way. And I think if we can all do that, I think there'll be genuine hope for the future. My fourth one would be that I find happiness without a family. Now, I can't see myself in life going down a path now where I eventually end up having a family of my own. I can see myself being quite isolated in my journey and what it is that I'm trying to do. I hope that someday I can find a certain happiness to myself about what it is that I'm doing with all these channels and the good I'm trying to do for the world, without the burden of essentially loneliness. And I hope that I can find happiness and content and be content in what it is that I'm doing without having that longing. And I hope that I can sort of put my passion into other areas that kind of fill that void. I hope I get by. Essentially, that's another hope that for the future that I have. And finally, that I just help the people I want to with BWN. And I've talked a lot, I think a good few times these last couple of days about kind of really making a difference in people's lives, and particularly around areas of self-worth. And I want to show people, hold a mirror up to them and just show them who they are, and that they are worth an awful lot more, or at least the good ones who don't see it, that they're worth an awful lot more than they think they are, and they can really achieve wonderful things, and they mean more to people than they realise. It's something I really want to sort of nail home with what it is I'm going to do, whether it be just general goodwill content or projects. The value and connection of the human race cannot be understated, and it's something that I really want to wave like a white flag in the desert to as many people as possible. And I think that will help a lot of people in just emotional guidance. I'm going to be there, and the network is going to be there when no one else will be for people, and just a bit of escapism. And as long as I'm there and we're doing this and we are regularly uploading, especially on this channel, to maintain morale, I think we've done our part. And also real world impact with any money raised that we can try and get together in the next few years, and we can carry out an enormous amount of good with what we're doing in a real world capacity as well. and especially with a 10 million following down the line, hopefully, there's an awful lot of good we can do in both areas with what I've just said. So those are my hopes for the future, and I think that's just a general picture of not just what the channel's going to be and some general encouragement to all of you as content creators potentially, but yeah, just kind of really understanding me as a person and the journey which I'm about to embark on, especially if you're not aware of Blue Web Network to date. So tomorrow, the general system starts with Monday memes, so I will see you then for the first proper video of what this channel will truly become in the months to come. I've been Matthew, and welcome to my channel for the final time, and I will see you on a bright sunny Monday morning, hopefully weather permitting, for some Monday memes. See you next time, guys. Goodbye.